8th.
That is devastating video that I hope by now you've already seen. I hope that over the past few days, the past week or so, that has been burned into everyone's memory. Shantel Arnold there being assaulted by a police officer. We want to give you an update on that story that we've talked about. I know on Indisputable they've been talking about it. And here's the update. You're gonna be shocked to find out that the police officer that did that has had previous issues with excessive force. He's a 16-year veteran of the sheriff's office, Julio Alvarado, been named in the most excessive force suits out of any of the department's other current deputies. He is the most apparently prone to violence. Notice that they don't say the only one who's faced these sorts of things. He's just the worst. He's been named in 9 federal civil rights lawsuits, all involving the use of excessive force. 2 suits were settled, one of them involving the beating of a 14-year-old boy, and 2 are pending with the remaining dismissed. So back in 2016, the one with the boy, he grabbed this boy by the neck and slammed his head against the ground in concrete as the child was screaming, "Why are you doing this to me?" Alvarado then threatened to have the boy and his family deported. 2 years later, a lawsuit claimed that Alvarado and 3 deputies beat Atner Casco, a Honduran native, and stole more than $2,000 from him at a traffic stop, then conspired to have him deported. That suit was settled on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving last year for $50,000. He was demoted last year from sergeant to deputy. They didn't say why, but he was demoted, probably for one of these horrendous things that he did to the people that live in his area. And so that was the individual, taking a woman by her hair, by her braids, literally ripping her braids out of her head and slamming her down. How could anyone have seen it coming with this guy? You just had to keep him on. And in this case, he did the same thing that he did to someone else. So is he responsible? Yes, he's responsible. His bosses that continued setting him out in the streets after he did it to the boy, also responsible. And when they keep him on after this, they should be held responsible for the next person that he goes and brutalizes, because that is obviously his MO. He's gonna keep doing as long as you allow him. And as you're pointing out, this department is perfectly fine with allowing that to continue happening.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.